What's up, my triple love on YouTube friends? Cheers. Oh, is that delicious? Gotta apologize about my voice. I got allergies kicking in big time right now. Or it's all the Canadian smoke I've been breathing for like 2 weeks. One or the other. My throat's all messed up. My voice is messed up. Just have to drink a little bit more of this. But check this beauty out. Want to do a little update here. We're getting some projects done. We're working on all kinds of stuff right now. Me and Trenton are busier than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest right now. He's working on 3 fingers. I've been doing so much work, and so has he. Been working on our cabin non-stop right now. It's come home from work every night. I put a couple hours in the shop just working on stuff for the following weekend at the cabin. I've been building our own doors right now. I've been making our own paneling, our trim, everything. We're just trying to get a whole bunch of stuff done before winter starts. And that way this fall, before the snow hits, we're going to hit snowmobiles hard. I mean, things are going to happen fast. We got a bunch of projects planned. A bunch of things are going to happen here. I've been watching some of my other YouTubers that I pay attention to, like Garrett Roberts. He's got four-wheeler action going on right now. I love watching his videos. He's got a badass 250R. Those things were so cool. I remember when they came out brand new. They were really awesome. Just insane machines. I'd love to have one, but really not into the four-wheelers anymore. And Tom Streeter, I watch his channel all the time too. Streeter's Garage. He's playing with his vet right now. Fun stuff to watch. And right now we mainly got working on the cabin going on. And like I said, Trent's doing a little snowmobile work. But I'm about to start this new project, and it's going to be a pretty quick one because I'm not going to go nuts on this thing. I say that all the time, but it happens. I still go nuts, but I'm not going to on this one. And the only reason I'm really excited about this project because my wife is excited about this one. And we're calling this project Freebie. You ever had somebody call you up and say, hey, I got a free snowmobile for you, you can have it. You're thinking, oh man, this is awesome. What a heck of a screaming deal. I'm getting a free sled. Yeah, there's a reason this one is free. But it's got potential. Like I said, I save them all. I don't part out nothing. And as I'm saying that, we're going to be parting out a sled only because it didn't come with any paperwork. And there's no chance of us ever getting it licensed. So Minnesota is so strict on, you got to have paperwork to be able to change it into your name. Can't change this one in our name. And we have so many other sleds that this one sled can help that we're going to part it. It's a shame. I hate saying it, but it's going to happen. So let's step back so you can see this thing in all of its glory. Don't laugh too hard. This is a project. There you go. Project Freebie 98 Ultra Touring. Like I said, the wife, she is actually digging this one because she can ride in the back with her own hand warmers, her own backrest. And if she's digging it, I'm putting this thing together. She's not huge into snowmobiling. So if this gets her out on the trails with us for a couple rides here and there, she ain't going to go all the time. But if I can get her out snowmobiling a little bit in the winter, maybe a ride up to the park and have a lunch in the woods or something, I'm all for it. I'm gonna make this thing sing and be just in all of its glory again. But right now, thing is a freaking turd, big time. It's got stuff growing on the seat. Got stuff underneath the hood here. This is bad. This is really bad. But it's got electric start. It's got reverse. So there's all kinds of great potential. I have another engine. The engine's locked up, but I have all the parts on the shelf to be able to put this thing together. No problem. It needs a hood. It needs all kinds of stuff. So, what do we find on Craigslist? 96 Storm. The guy's listing it as a 96 Storm, rare sled, hard to find, well sought after snowmobile. Yeah, he wanted $1,000 for it to begin with. Then he kept slowly coming down on it. There's a couple really major things wrong with this sled. One is it is from Wisconsin, and when he bought it, he didn't get paperwork for it. So now to find the old owner is literally impossible because the DNR won't share that information with you. And yeah, it looks like a 96 Storm until you open up the hood. Nope, it's got a 94 Storm motor in it, so it's got the steel sleeve cylinders. And the heads were unbolted off it. There's just all kinds of things going on. I got a hold of the guy, and he says, well, I told him, hey, we collect 3 cylinders. I'm always looking for stuff. He says, you give me a reasonable offer, And he says, I'm moving. I got to get this thing gone. He says, I thought it was worth more than obviously it is. He says, I put $1,000 out there thinking that's what I could get for it. And I says, well, the biggest issue you got going on is the engine. It's not the correct engine. What doesn't really matter, but I said, there's just them engines. I said, they're steel sleeve cylinder engines. I says, we have a couple. I says, we can definitely use this snowmobile. And so we're gonna. I didn't want to part it. I told the guy when I was buying it I wasn't going to part it. But then when we got further into the conversation, he says, I can't give you any kind of paperwork with it. He says, so you're kind of on your own. And I'm like, oh, man. For a guy that likes to save everything, I'd love to save this, but it can't happen. I'm not going to jump all the loops to try and get this thing licensed when I need the hood for Project Freebie. I can use the skis for Project Freebie. I can use all kinds of stuff off here for Project Freebie. Trenton needs all that engine stuff and all the cooling hose and all that stuff on Project Three Fingers. And he's not going to use the engine, but he can use, now he has spare cylinders because he has 2 of these 94 Storm motors. So now he's got spare cylinders, and that's always good to have. The seat's kind of a roach, but we'll save it. We'll keep it around, never get rid of anything. And the track was a roach too. The track is garbage in it. But I'm going to use the suspension, the front and rear suspension in another project that I haven't announced yet, which is going to be just frickin' completely badass. Totally badass. But so anyways, Project Freebie, we're just going to strip the hood off, the seat off, get the engine out of it, clean everything out. Duct tape Mike has a seat for it, so we'll get the seat on it. I'll change out the handlebars. A lot of the stuff's going to come off that Storm and go right onto this sled. This is going to be a pretty quick, easy build. Like I said, I'm not going to go crazy on this thing. I'm going to put a trash can on it, though. I am definitely going to do that. Let me grab my beer ski here. Let's walk into the shop, do a little quick update and what's going on in the shop. Not a ton of stuff. Like I said, I've been working on so much woodwork right now for our cabin that it's every single night I come home and do a couple hours worth of woodwork. I don't like to buy anything from anybody, so I have to do all my own work. And Trenton's fine with just working on a snowmobile right now while I'm putzing with these doors and stuff, but let's check out Three Fingers. Doesn't look a whole lot different than it was before, the last time we did a video on it. But the major thing is the engine's bolted into the chassis. That took a lot of head scratching, a lot of thinking to build an engine or a motor mount for this thing. And we got it in there. We got the rack carbs sitting in there. Some people debate whether to run rack carbs or not. Trenton's going to give it a whirl. Sure is nice on the thumb when you're only pulling one spring and one cable versus 3 of them. So we'll see, if this works out or not. We can always swap out carbs, but he's willing to give it a try. He's been kind of mocking in his coolant jug and oil jug now, but we're seeing that we're probably going to fabricate a coolant jug for it to be able to get everything hooked up the way we need it. Steering, that was another challenge to get the steering figured out to clear everything. But we've jumped over all those hurdles. The engine's mounted in there. It's perfectly lined up. We're going to make torque straps for it. This thing's going to keep moving forward. It's been kind of a slow pace. It is summertime. And, I'm on Facebook all the time, too. And I got to give kudos to the guys that are wrenching big time on their sleds. Jason Marta's one of them. He's always posting update pictures of what he's been doing. And, I'd like to be wrenching on sleds all summer, too. But the deal with our cabin right now, we're trying to get it to a certain point before winter. And like I said, come fall, things are going to change quick here in the shop. Things will happen. I like being a little bit under pressure anyway. So Trenton found a new snow flap to put on the sled. It's fitting. Trenton grabbed the snow flap so we can see it. Yeah, he told me about this. I'm like, no way. How'd you find this snow flap? Yeah, there's Trenton's snow flap for Three Fingers. I mean, fitting, completely fitting. He's been messing around with getting his air filters and stuff. He's probably going to get some with like a 20 degree on it. And being this thing isn't going to have a hood, belly pan, none of that stuff. I think we can get away with running the pod filters like that. I think we'll get enough air. We're not going to be pulling that hot under hood air into those carbs and stuff. It's going to be a hot rod. I mean, this thing's going to be freaking just a skeleton, and it's going to be light as hell. I mean, we're taking a ton of weight off this thing. So with the torque of these Storm motors, he's going to gear it way down too. He's thinking maybe 80, 90 mile an hour top end on this thing, but it's just going to be a torque monster. He did find a brand new 1.5 paddle track for it too, and he's just going to kind of put a few studs in it, not a ton. But yeah, so a lot of things happening. So what me and Trent were working on today, I was just clamping up another door. Like I said, we're building our own custom mission style doors. They're thick. They're 1 5/8 thick. So those will go in our cabin. We just went down and sanded some more of the frames to put some more doors together. I got to build 4 doors, and then the doors are done. I got a few more things to do, but that's our little what's going on behind the scenes right now with us. Like I said, sorry about the voice. I sound like a crackhead right now, but there's something in the air that my throat is not liking right now. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. You know, things are going to happen. We'll be able to show a lot more stuff. Trent's still got a lot of stuff at the powder coat right now, too. The guy bought a new shop, so he was moving his shop over the summer. Trent said, relax, don't worry about my stuff. You know, get other people's stuff done. Mine can go at the end of the line. So the guy's pretty cool about that. And he's going to give Trent a pretty big price break. Being at Trent said, you know, I can wait on my stuff. So, but I hope the guy starts getting stuff going soon, because I have a pile to bring him for this custom one I'm going to be building. And I think Trent has more stuff to bring him yet too. So thanks, guys. Talk to you later.